Are you curious about what it feels like to be born extremely rich? The kind where you have a $1 million sneaker collection even though you're only 15 years old? Or maybe you already own a private jet before you even learn to drive? For some of the richest young people in Dubai and the Middle East, that kind of life is just normal for them. In their world, ordinary living means having custom-made Ferraris, mansions with helipads, and pet lions and tigers in the backyard. Some of them are children of kings, princes, or direct heirs to the largest oil and construction empires in the entire region. While most of us are still saving up for our first car, they are buying perfumes that cost more than a house and also own yachts as big as hotels. Now let's take a look at the world of the young royals of the Middle East. These young people are wealthy not only from inheritance, but also due to their intelligence, business skills, and influence behind major regional projects. But before we start, don't forget to like this video. It means a lot to us content creators. Thank you very much, and now let's get started. Dubai's wealthiest kid, Rashid Belhasa. Let's start the list with Rashid Belhasa, or more popularly known online as Money Kicks. He is one of the most famous young influencers in the entire Middle East and the son of businessman Saeed Belhasa, the owner of Saeed Belhasa Holding Group, a construction empire with more than 50 companies and 10,000 employees. But he doesn't just rely on his family's wealth. Rashid himself made a name for himself on social media as a social media superstar. At the age of 15, he already had a sneaker collection worth over $1 million. This isn't an ordinary collection. Included in this are signed 2004 Air Jordan 13s from Michael Jordan himself and Nike Air Yeezy 2 Red Octobers that are worth up to $15,000 per pair. That's more expensive than most people's cars. And that's not all. He has over 2 million followers on Instagram and 3 million subscribers on YouTube, where he showcases his luxurious lifestyle along with famous personalities. But if you think Rashid's wealth is just about luxury shoes, get ready, because he also has his own private zoo. Yes, you heard that right. He has more than 500 exotic animals, lions, tigers, giraffes, and many more. What's even more amazing is that many of these animals were rescued by him from terrible conditions. And like a true rich man, he has animals named after luxury brands, like the lion named Versace and the orangutans named Gucci and Dior. This zoo is not open to the public, but international celebrities visit it. Mariah Carey and Floyd Mayweather are just some of those who have visited. Imagine, one day you're having breakfast with a giraffe beside you, and the next day you're talking to Mayweather. For Rashid, that's just normal. Of course, running a zoo like this is very expensive. Public zoos spend millions every year, but for Rashid, that's just pocket change. And when it comes to cars, he's not left behind either. One of his favorite cars is the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, but he wasn't satisfied with how it looked. So he had it wrapped with a Louis Vuitton X Supreme design, and that was even a gift for his birthday. He also has a Cadillac Escalade with a Yeezy print wrap. 'Cause why not, right? But the most expensive thing Rashid owns isn't an animal or a car, but a bottle of perfume. The Shumuk, known as the most expensive perfume in the world, costs almost $1.3 million. It even holds a Guinness World Record for being the perfume bottle with the most diamonds. Just imagine a perfume that's more expensive than a house. That's how extravagant Rashid Belhasa's life is. He's young, yet already lives like a king. But what's surprising is he's only number 10 on the list. That means there are 9 others who are even younger and richer than him, and living even more lavishly. Maan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, the billionaire visionary. Maan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum is only 23 years old, but he already has a net worth of $1 billion. Yes, you heard that right. Billion, not million. And even though he's this rich, he doesn't just sit around counting his money. He is the vice chairman of Emaar Properties, one of the biggest real estate development companies in the entire United Arab Emirates. If that sounds familiar, it's because of the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, or the Dubai Mall. Both are projects of Emaar. And Maan is one of the people at the top of the company that literally changed the skyline of Dubai. But that's not the only thing he does. He is also the co-founder of Shuru Capital, a financial institution where he owns 1/4 of the entire company. So he's not just a business-savvy investor. When it comes to luxury, Maan doesn't fall behind either. He has a car collection worth up to $10 million. There are Lamborghinis, Bugattis, and a Rolls-Royce Phantom drop-head coupe that costs over $500,000. But more than the cars, it's his house that's truly captivating. He has his own waterfront villa that's worth almost $7 million. It features 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 2 pools, and 3 fountains. It's like a private resort just for him, and that's just one of his properties. While Rashid Belhasa is busy feeding lions and tigers in his zoo, Maan is busy building the future of Dubai. With the help of Emaar, he is one of the brains behind luxury hotels, skyscrapers, and new city districts. At just 23, he was already meeting some of the most powerful business leaders in the Middle East, while most people his age were still thinking about what career path to take. But that doesn't mean Maan is all about work. When he's not in the boardroom or at a construction site, you'll see him driving a supercar or relaxing in his multi-million-dollar villa. And remember, even though he already has $1 billion, he's still not the richest kid on this list. For Maan, that's just like pocket change compared to other royal kids in Dubai. And when it comes to the future, nothing is impossible for him. He might be the one to lead Dubai. In the new era of technology and sustainability, or in building the eco-friendly smart cities of the future, one thing is certain. Whatever Maan's plans are, they're sure to be big, grand, and extremely expensive. As Binbay Al Maktoum living his best life, if you think no one could be richer, here comes Sheikh Saeed Binbay Al Maktoum with an estimated $2 billion net worth, and he's not even the richest on the list. He is the son of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai himself. But don't think he's just relying on his family's wealth. Saeed is also a businessman in his own right. He is the vice chairman and managing director of Abdullah Jamil Holding, one of the largest companies in the entire Middle East. Their business covers everything from automobiles and real estate to energy. As long as there's profit, they're there. He's also wearing a Hublot Big Bang Unico King Gold Blue, crafted from 18-karat gold with a transparent dial that reveals the mechanism's movements. The price? Over $40,000. For Saeed, that's just normal. It's just like a regular watch. When he's not busy running the company, Saeed travels to places that look like they're straight out of a movie. He doesn't just go on vacation. He buys out entire resorts for himself. He once rented an island just for himself and his friends. He has his own butler, private chef, and views that only a few can enjoy. But even though he's this rich, he's not loud or arrogant. You won't see him bragging on social media. He's just quiet. He's more focused on growing his business and building his own name. He doesn't want to be known just as the son of Sheikh. He wants to be recognized as a businessman with his own success. Under his leadership, Abdullah Jamil Holding expanded its business into various sectors. From automotive to technology and renewable energy, Saeed's direction is clear. He helped shape the future of Dubai and the entire Middle East. And of course, the fun is never missing. When he's not in the office, you'll see him driving a luxury car or flying to another exotic destination to relax. For Saeed Binbay Al Maktoum, this is just normal. A life of discipline, luxury, and endless success. Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the billionaire prince of luxury and power. Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum is not just a rich kid. He himself is the definition of billionaire royalty. At his age, he already has a net worth of $19.1 billion. Billion, not million. And he's ranked number 36 on the Forbes list of billionaires. But don't think that he just inherited all of that. Hamdan is a true businessman. He is the head of their family construction company. And this isn't just any ordinary business. Every year, it earns almost $7 billion. That's even bigger than the income of some small countries. His wealth literally skyrocketed. From $1 billion, it became $19 billion in just a few years. Because of huge contracts from the government of Dubai. But business isn't the only thing you can talk about with Hamdan. Because when it comes to luxury, he's on another level too. He has his own collection of cars. It's like an exhibit of the most expensive rides in the world. There are Bugatti, Ferrari, and Rolls-Royce. And most of these are rare editions. These are models that even other millionaires shake their heads at in envy. And of course, he also has his own mansion that looks like a palace. There's a private helipad on the roof, so he can wake up in the morning and fly straight out using his own helicopter. There's a resort-sized pool and gardens resembling a mini forest. It's so big you could get lost inside. If you think Saeed has the best watch collection, get ready. Because Hamdan has a watch collection that can put even the Swiss luxury brands to shame. Every piece is custom made and cost more than the price of an average person's house. But his life isn't just about business and luxury. When he's not busy with billion-dollar deals, he's often seen sailing on his own luxury yacht or joining equestrian events. Yes, at the horse racetracks, he's not just a spectator, he's actually a competitor himself. It's like Hamdan lives in two different worlds. In one, he's a serious businessman building a multi-billion-dollar empire, and in the other, he's a horse athlete who is passionate about the sport of kings. And if you want to know how he started, here's the surprising part. He dropped out of Harvard, but it's actually due to intelligence, not a lack of it. He proved his business skills early on when he founded Future Prowess Consultancy, a multi-million-dollar investment firm focused on technology and innovation. So if you think about it, Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum is a rare kind of royal, combining the mind of a businessman, the heart of an athlete, and the lifestyle of a king. For him, the word power is not just a title, it's a way of life. Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the tech visionary prince of the United Arab Emirates. Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan is not just a member of the wealthy Abu Dhabi family. He is one of the most influential young entrepreneurs in the entire Middle East. He has a net worth of $500 million, or $500 million. And instead of relying on his family's wealth, he is making a name for himself. If Hamdan loves horses and Saeed loves watches, Abdullah is obsessed with technology. But before we get to the serious part, let's talk about his toys first. You'll be amazed just by his garage. There's the Bugatti Veyron, one of the fastest cars in the world that can reach over 250 miles per hour, and it costs almost $2 million. But even more costly is another of his prize cars, the Ferrari LaFerrari. This is limited to only 499 units worldwide, and each one costs more than $3 million. That means it's almost like a race car with a license plate. And Sheikh Abdullah doesn't just own cars. He also has a mansion in Emirates Hills, one of the most exclusive places in Dubai. He even has his own private cinema. Yes, he doesn't go to the cinema comes to him. And a swimming pool resembling a mini water park. You could sail a small yacht in it. It's that big. But what's more impressive about Abdullah isn't just his luxury, but his vision for the future. He is one of the leaders of Mubadala Development Company, a giant investment firm in the United Arab Emirates, with the goal of turning the country into a center of technology. This is where his ambition to change the world through innovation comes in. They are the ones funding projects in artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and smart cities. Cities that can adjust on their own. Imagine cars that drive without a driver, houses that automatically turn on the air conditioner when you're on your way home, and hospitals that can diagnose you before you even get sick. Sheikh Abdullah is not just after business. He is also one of the biggest supporters of education and clean energy. He is building solar farms in the desert and training programs for the new generation of tech geniuses in the Middle East. That's what sets him apart from most rich kids. While others are busy posting their luxury lifestyle on Instagram, Abdullah is quietly building the future. He doesn't just spend, he invests in the future. And his influence doesn't end there. He also owns stakes in real estate, healthcare, and aerospace. In other words, his business is diversified. It's even broader than the social circle of an ordinary person. Of course, he also knows how to have fun. When he's not busy moving billions of dollars in tech investments, you'll see him driving around Dubai in his supercar or watching movies in his own private cinema. Honestly, if there's someone who can be called the Prince of the Future, there's no doubt Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan would be the one to claim that title. For him, it's not just about wealth, it's about shaping the future. Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad Al Thani, Qatar's billionaire visionary. Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad Al Thani is not just a son of Qatar's royal family. He is one of the youngest billionaires in the world with a net worth of $8.4 billion. Yes, you heard that right. His wealth is even greater than the total gross domestic product of some small countries. As the deputy chairman of the Qatar Investment Authority, the country's largest sovereign wealth fund, he holds the responsibility of managing more than $450 billion in assets. In other words, he helps run the piggy bank of the entire Qatar. But even with such a huge responsibility, he still knows how to enjoy himself. Just in his garage alone, you'll definitely stop in your tracks. He has a Koenigsegg Agera RS, a supercar that's like a rocket on the ground. It can run at over 270 miles per hour, and it costs $2.5 million. But his Bugatti La Voiture Noire is even wilder than this. A one-of-a-kind car that's been called the most expensive car in the world. It has a price tag of $18.7 million. And Sheikh Mohammed doesn't just collect these. He also displays them at exclusive international car shows, like an exhibition of the world's most expensive cars. He's the star, and his residence matches his status. He has a palace in Doha the size of a hotel. He has his own private cinema and a swimming pool as big as an average person's house, and a garden big enough to fit an entire golf course. In London, he has a penthouse at One Hyde Park, one of the most expensive apartment buildings in the world, where a single unit can cost over $100 million. And if you think we're done with luxury, there's more. His watch collection. Some of his favorites are from Patek Philippe and A. Lange and Sona, two brands known for handcrafted Swiss precision. The most special of all, the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime, a watch with 20 complications or unique mechanical functions, and it has a price of almost $31 million. Yes, it's just a watch, but it's equivalent to an entire mansion in London. But more than luxury, Sheikh Mohammed is known for his eye for quality and business vision. As a leader at Qatar Investment Authority, he doesn't just invest money, he's shaping the future of Qatar. Under his leadership, they invested in companies like Volkswagen, Barclays Bank, and luxury hotels, and tech startups around the world. His goal is to make Qatar a center of innovation. That's why Qatar Investment Authority is now also focusing on education and healthcare investments to ensure the country's progress continues even after the oil era ends. In short, Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad Al Thani is a rare example of a modern king, a businessman who knows how to handle wealth, has a vision for the future, and lives a life like a movie. Zayed Al Thani, the power player of Qatar's billionaire elite. Zayed Al Thani is not just an heir to wealth. He is a major power player in global finance. He is the head of Qatar Holding Limited Liability Company, the company that invests billions of dollars of Qatar's money in different parts of the world. Not only that, he also sits on the boards of directors of several major international corporations such as British American Tobacco and Deutsche Bank. This means he has a voice in decisions that affect not only Qatar's business, but the entire global market. But of course, even though he's busy leading, he doesn't fall behind when it comes to living a luxurious lifestyle. His car collection alone is already impressive. His Bugatti Chiron, with 1,500 horsepower and capable of running over 260 miles per hour, is worth more than $3 million. He also has a Ferrari LaFerrari, one of only 499 units made in the entire world. It's a street-legal race car that goes from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. For the days when he wants to relax, there's his Rolls-Royce Phantom, a car that's a luxury hotel on wheels. It has real wood trim, a custom leather interior, and a ceiling that looks like it's full of stars made from fiber optic lights. And where does he park those? In his mansion in Doha that looks like a private resort. There are multiple swimming pools, a private movie theater, and a huge garden. But his properties don't end there. He has a penthouse in London with a view of the Thames River and a beachfront property in Malibu where he can watch the sunset over the Pacific Ocean. In fact, the total value of his real estate portfolio might even be higher than the gross domestic product of some small countries. Besides houses and cars, he also collects luxury watches. He owns Swiss-made timepieces, each of which is worth millions. For Zayed, these are not just possessions. They are works of luxury art that he wears on his wrist. Zayed grew up living a life that is literally a dream for most people. While other kids played in the park, he had private polo lessons and self-contained underwater breathing apparatus diving trips to tropical islands. What was normal for him was out of reach for ordinary people. Just like a true business leader, you would see Zayed at exclusive global events, talking with other billionaires and world leaders. Imagine, he attends gatherings where every guest has a net worth in the millions. But what really sets Zayed apart from other wealthy young people is that he doesn't just rely on his family's wealth. He is a businessman who knows how to take action, creating his own name and having real influence in the world of global finance. Whenever he speaks, the billionaires listen. Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the billionaire with a purpose. Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani is not just wealthy. He is the kind of person whose wealth could buy a small country if he wanted to. He has a net worth of around $8 billion. But what's more impressive is that he doesn't just spend it on himself. He uses it to change the world. Let's start with his lifestyle because it's really on another level. He has a collection of cars that most people can only dream of. Bugatti, Koenigsegg, and Pagani. All of these are rare and each one costs millions. But it doesn't end there. He owns a fleet of private jets, not just one. When he travels, he doesn't line up at the airport. He has his own airplane that's even bigger than an ordinary person's house. It has gold-plated fixtures, leather seats that are more expensive than a sports car, and amenities like a hotel in the sky. When it comes to residences, Hamad has mansions in different parts of the world. He has a palace in Doha that looks like a small city. It has its own mosque, several swimming pools, and hundreds of rooms. In London, he owns a property that covers an entire city block. Meanwhile, in Paris, he has a mansion right along the Champs-Élysées, one of the most prestigious places in France. In America, he has several more estates that make up the total value of his real estate portfolio. Is even higher than the gross domestic product of some small countries. But what is truly inspiring about Hamad is not just the luxury, but the purpose behind his wealth. He actively helps in education and health, not just in Qatar, but around the world. Every year, he provides hundreds of scholarships for students from different countries. He sends them to prestigious universities like Oxford, Harvard, and Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And it's not just the tuition that's covered. Hamad also takes care of their housing, books, and daily expenses. In the field of health, he spends millions of dollars to build hospitals and research centers. One of his biggest projects is the state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine hospital in Doha. This hospital looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. There are robotic assistants in surgeries and rehab machines that are high-tech and advanced. He also partnered with prestigious institutions like Weill Cornell Medicine to open satellite campuses in Qatar. His goal is to train the next generation of doctors and scientists right in the Middle East. But Hamad doesn't just make donations. His projects have direction. He is one of the leaders in renewable energy investments to gradually move Qatar's economy away from dependence on oil. Above all, he aims to make Doha the region's center for education and health, a city known not only for its wealth, but also for its progress and knowledge. In fact, Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani is not just a symbol of luxury. He is the image of a modern king with heart, purpose, and vision for the future.